Hello everybody, I'm here to talk about my Condor water bottle holder. It is a 4 by 10, and I have it attached right now to my maxpedition Falcon 2 backpack, and it is in foliage green, and the ACU digital on the Condor goes perfectly with it. I'm very happy about how well it looks. Now let's talk about the water bottle itself, holder itself. First off, I have inside of it a Nalgene 32-ounce water bottle to show you what it's pretty much designed perfectly for. Here I have a Stanley thermos that is a 10.5 inch. Now I can make it fit. I have done it. It will cinch down and be pretty, that's about as snug as it gets. About a 10.5 is about as far as I'd push this pouch. And I don't know if I'll do it or not. Now let's talk about, there's a lot of good videos on this pouch already, but I wanted to show a couple things. I wanted to show it in the ACU digital, and I wanted to show you some positives and negatives when putting it onto a maxpedition pack. Give you the measurements, which I always like to have. You've got just about 8 inches. You've got about 1.5 inches here. You've got a front pocket which measures in at about 5 by 7, and pack that'll probably go down to about 4 by 6. One of the things I love about Condor is that they are nice enough to give you straps to go with your stuff, because most people like to put their stuff onto other stuff. That's the whole point. Thank you, Condor, for putting straps with your stuff. It's my little dig on maxpedition for not doing it. Anyway, make sure that when you attach it, you snake it. It'll make your life a lot easier, and it'll fit very tightly. If you want it to be open in case you end up wanting to slide things in, make sure you move it down, and it will take one more strap to do that. Nice thing is when I snake it, I end up with 2 mollies open down here. And the reason I left these 2 down here and the reason I put it up high was because I am planning on trying it out with a roly-poly down here. And we'll see how that works out. If I don't like it, I'll just move it. But the nice thing is about this is that I can still feed through this strap, and it still works really well. And when I detach these straps, my zipper is completely open, which is great. No hassle there. Now, some negatives about this pack, this water bottle holder, because there's a lot of positives, so I just want to hit the negatives and get it over with. Negative is there is padding inside. It's very little, it's very light. Most of it is just around the inside here, not very much on the bottom, if that. I don't even know if there is any on the bottom. And there's a little bit up here and some up here. Also, it has this little Velcro push for putting a water bladder inside of this bottle holder and then sending the tube out. Now, if you do that, there's a real rough piece of Velcro right here that when that hose comes out, you're probably going to need to put a cover on it, or it's going to rub a lot on that hose. It's kind of a small factor, not that big of a deal. This thing is a lot softer, a lot less durable than standard maxpedition equipment, but it's still really nice. And the only other thing I would warn anybody about if they get this is that a lot of people like to put jet boils or little stoves or tons of other things inside of these packs. I did a water test on this, poured a little bit of water on, soaked right in. So if you do end up putting something inside that you need to not get water on it, you're going to have to put some form of a waterproofing bag inside or a cover on the outside. Has some nice D-rings, mollies, all here. And it's a great little pouch. I'm very happy with it. I would completely advise this. For the price point on this, and the fact you get straps with it, I can buy 2 of these for the price it would cost me for one of the 12-inch Max Editions. That being said, I probably will buy one of the 12X maxpeditions and put it on this side, just because I like to have something that is waterproofing that stores other items. Now, this next section I want to talk about is the secondary use I have for this. It involves guns, so if you don't want to talk about guns, don't want to hear about guns, then click it off, and I hope this helped you a little bit with seeing the profile of what I think is a really, really nice water bottle holder. Okay, now, this is my unloaded Taurus Judge. This is one of my favorite. It's a 45-410 with a polymer and a stainless. This is probably one of my favorite hunting slash hiking guns that I carry. Yeah, I could tell you a ton of negatives about this gun, but I'm not going to get into this gun. But anyway, it fits perfectly right inside there. This slips right in. You got padding. You got it on the outside. It's a good place for it. I found out that there's a really difficult to find a good place to put a gun on the maxpedition. Now I know. The geniuses at maxpedition have told me that I'm supposed to put my gun hidden back here on their special little Velcro with their special little Velcro holster, which I think is ridiculous. And it's supposed to, sorry to everybody who loves it, truthfully, I don't buy into it. I really don't. That I'm supposed to put my gun right next to my water bladder, fill up my water bladder, shove it closed, put it up against my back, and let that thing just rub around the whole time. Now, that's fine if you've got a gun that doesn't have any sharp points on it at all, or if you're not planning on any condensation coming off of your water bladder, which if you put ice cubes in it, it's going to happen. So I think this is one of the silliest things they've tried to convince me is a good idea. I don't know if anybody else is on that boat, but that's where I'm at. I tried doing a pouch here, sideways, so that when the pack was on, I could just unzip, grab, and pull out, which I thought would have been perfect. But the problem you run into is this zipper gets covered up, this strap gets in the way. You can attach to these mollies here, and you can attach to these mollies up here, and it works out fairly well. But then you lose your zipper for this amount of space. What would be perfect is if they came out with something that had some way of being a bag that could be facilitated here in a sideways manner so that I could zip and draw. But when I have this pack on, it's just a flip off, and then I grab it and zip it, and there's my gun. That's it. I don't have to go digging through my water bottle, my water bladder area. I don't have to go looking for my gun and then dreaming that I'm going to get it out in time. But that's the best option I've been able to find so far. So, anyway, if you're looking for something decent that I think works perfect for carrying a gun, look at this little water bottle holder. I think it's perfect. I really do. Well, I don't think it's perfect. I think it's the closest thing I can get for the cheapest amount of money. Yeah. Anyway, I hope this helps everybody. I do think that this is a really decent buy. I think it's really well made and really well thought out, and pretty much the closest thing you can get to a maxpedition copy without being $33 or whatever the one is. This thing cost me around $19 on Amazon. Hope this helps, and happy hiking, hunting, and everything else. Take care.